Hey guys, Richard Scout and Remountain Horsemanship. Going to make a video today about some lateral flexion exercises that you and your horse should definitely work on and master. So what lateral flexion is, which is completely different from vertical flexion. Vertical flexion is I ask my horse to bring their nose kind of in and down. So his nose is going out like that, and then I'm going to ask him to bring his nose in. That's vertical flexion. The next one, and actually the first one that you want to get, is lateral flexion. And that's when the horse brings his head to the left and brings his head to the right. So what I'm going to do to achieve that is I'm going to ask him to flex his head to the right. So I'm going to put my right leg up by my cinch. Nothing happens. Right leg up by the cinch, a little bit of pressure from my leg. And then I'm going to pick up that right rein, and I'm going to ask my horse to bring his head around to the side. Okay? And I'm going to let go. A little bit of pressure on my left leg, a little bit of, now here, okay, good, I'm glad that he moved. He moved, I asked him for his nose, and he moved, so I'm going to hold my leg up there by my front cinch, and I'm going to hold the rein, because the pressure motivates, the release teaches. So I'm just going to hold this rein right here. I'm not going to pull any harder, not going to add any more leg, and then as soon as he stops and gets soft in my hands, which means he gives to the rein, then I'm going to release. So this is left lateral flexion, good. This is right lateral flexion, good. And if you've ever ridden with me, you've often heard me say, use your legs first and your reins last. So I'm going to always add my leg first, and then if I don't get a response, I'm going to pick up the rein to reinforce the leg aid, okay? So that's the very basics of lateral flexion. Now, the next thing that we're going to talk about is lateral flexion while we're moving. And what I mean by that is generally when I'm trucking to the left, I'm going to have my left leg a little bit forward where my cinch is at, and I'm going to generally want my horse's body to have a curve around my inside leg. So I'm going to want my horse walking around with his nose tipped to the inside, okay? Some things, and I'm riding this horse for a specific reason because he's going to probably have a lot of things going on that you guys are going to be dealing with. So as he's walking, I'm going to kind of keep that inside leg up there by that cinch, and I'm going to have just enough rein pressure to tuck his nose to the left a little bit, basically just so that I can see his eyelid. I don't really need to see too much more than that. Now, what can happen to a lot of you is you ask your horse for this lateral flexion, going to the left, asking him for the left flexion. Your horse might move out here like this. See how I just kind of quit going forward and I got some lateral movement in there? Well, I have another leg and I have another rein. So what I'm going to do, if I'm asking my horse to go around in this circle to the left with left flexion, and he starts drifting to the outside of my circle, means he starts drifting to the right, then I can add my outside leg, my right leg, stop that movement. And another thing I can do is I can pick up my outside rein, and that will catch his shoulders, and that can really help prevent a shoulder from what we would call falling out. So, trucking to the left, left flexion, trying to ride a pretty precise circle with that bend in his body, okay? And that bend is really important too, because if your horse is going around a circle and he's straight like he swallowed a 4x4, then chances are he's a pretty tense horse. So if I can get my horse to go around in a circle, bent around my inside leg, then he's going to start to relax. I can ride a circle long enough on a high-headed horse, this is one of them, ride that circle long enough with that bend in his body, bending his ribs, trying to get him to relax, and then pretty soon he'll bring his head down and he won't keep his head up. So that bend's pretty dang important. Vice versa, if you're going to the right, you'd want his nose tipped to the right and his ribs kind of pushed to the outside. So here I'm just kind of going to the right. I'm going to pick up that right rein, put that right leg up there by that cinch, and I'm just going to ask him to put that bend in his body. And then my left leg and my left rein can catch those shoulders. So if he starts falling out to my left, oh, jeepers, jeepers, I can block him with that outside leg and that outside rein. What a lot of people do, I see it all the time. A lot of people, they're trucking around and they want to get flexion in their horse's body. So they'll add a little bit of leg, they'll add a little bit of rein, but then their horse might start falling to the outside, so they use the inside rein more to say get back to the circle, but that's going to push his shoulders out even further. So that's when you bring in your outside rein and your outside aids. That's really going to stop that outside drift. So that's what we would call proper flexion, correct flexion on a circle. You want to work with that a lot. You want to work with that to the point where you put your leg on and your horse bends his head and you don't even need the rein. But that's just going to take time and practice and preparation. So the next thing that we're going to do, and you want to get that proper flexion at the walk, the trot, the canter, the gallop, everything. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to work on counter bending. So I'm trucking around to the right here, and I'm going to actually put my outside leg, which is my left leg, go in this direction, up by that cinch. I'm going to pick up that left rein, and I'm actually going to ask my horse to tip his nose to the left, but keep his body on the circle. Kind of like that. That's pretty good right there. Now, when you start doing this, your horse is probably going to do lots of things. They can stop moving, so forward movement is always essential. What can happen is you ask your horse, because we've taught our horses to follow the rein, right? So what can happen is I can ask my horse for that counter flexion, and then his hips might go out that way. Woo! Because he might be thinking hindquarter yield. All those are very common things that have happened. But what I'm going to do to mediate that is I'm going to pick up this outside rein, put my outside leg over there by that cinch. And if his hips go to the inside, well, I'm going to slide my right leg back, and I'm going to keep his hips out on my circle. And if his shoulders start falling to the inside, which does happen, then I'll slide my leg forward, and I'll block those shoulders. So it's just as simple as whatever body part's leaking out, whatever body part's kind of falling to the inside of that circle, well, that's the part that you put your leg and say, hey, why don't we keep that tucked in a little bit? So this right here is actually a pretty good counter flexion. And what I like that he's giving me right now is he's giving me a little bit of vertical flexion along with lateral flexion. Okay, so you do that to the left and to the right. Let's see, that was to the right, so this is to the left. So you do that to the right, and then you do it to the left. And you're going to find, I guarantee you, you're going to find one way's easier for your horse than the other. So now I'm asking for counter flexion here. My right leg, my outside leg is up by the cinch, using reins to support it. My left leg is back a little bit. You can see it's back a little bit. And I'm just kind of keeping those hips out here on my circle so that he's not falling in. Counter flexion like that is a great way to, one, supple your horse. Two, have body control of your horse. Will your horse yield his body anytime we ask and in any direction that we ask? And then it's also great for teaching a horse balance, because they really have to balance, and they really have to get their feet right and their shoulders right, and they really got to just manage their body and pick up that responsibility when we're counterflexing them, because it is a pretty difficult maneuver for them. So now we're going to pick up the trot. Always practice at the walk, and then practice at the trot, and then the canter. So always start the easiest. But here we go. We're going to pick this trot up, and I'm just going to start counterflexing him. Anytime you add speed to something, you'll find out real quick where your holes are. That's just a law of nature. This is nice. You can clearly see that he's bent to the outside. You can tell that he's doing a pretty good job staying on my circle. He's doing a real good job staying in my hands, staying off of my legs, which just means when I say that, I just mean that he's not pushing into my reins, he's not pushing into my hands. So that's pretty good. Needs a little bit of reminders every now and then to kind of keep his head down. But as I'm riding along, these are just things that I'm looking for. Is he pulling into my reins? Is he pushing into the bit? Is he yielding? Good. Good. And what you'll see with my hands is my right hand's a little bit higher than my left hand. So I'm actually telling him that he probably should keep that outside shoulder picked up a little bit. Kind of stand up straight. And then my left hand's a little bit lower, which is kind of telling him the direction to go. So it's a little bit of pushing with the right rein and a little bit of direct rein with the left rein. I'm going to reverse direction at the trot, and I'll even do it at the counter bend. So he's bent to the right, I'm going to ask him to try to maintain this trot. I'm going to ask him for this turn, and then I'm just going to change my legs and my focus, and he's already has the correct flexion for a circle to the right. I'll do that again so you guys can see it. So I'm trucking to the right, and I have proper flexion. Now I'm going to ask for a counter bend. Now I have a little bit of counter bend, so now he's flexed to the left. Now I'm going to ask him to come across the circle here, flex to the left, and then I might just kind of open up that left leg a little bit. Now I'm on my left circle. Whoop, outside leg there, outside leg. Now I'm on that left circle with the correct flexion. So if your horse is really having a hard time holding that flexion, you can just teach him that it's just a step into a release, a step into relaxation. Counter flexion to the right. He's like, oh, this might be tough. This might be tough. Oh, man, this is tough. And then you say, but look, now we're going to the right. It's not tough. I was just setting you up for that right circle that's coming. And then here, counter flex to the left. He might say, geez, this is tough. Having a real hard time with this, Richard. And I'll say, hey, it's all right, big guy, because we're going to go left. And I don't have to do a whole bunch in my body and my reins because his flexions are already there because I counterbent him before I went into the new circle. At the canter, I would imagine I usually had some trouble with this horse. At the canter, you still want flexions, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to pick up the canter down here. We'll just pick up the left lead canter. And when I'm cantering to the left, my left leg is going to be up by that cinch. I'm going to be asking him for that left flexion. And I'm just going to kind of let him kind of canter along here with proper flexion. See, he's bent pretty nice around that inside leg right there. And then what I'm going to start to do is I'm going to start to slide my left leg back, my right leg forward, and ask him to bend to the outside of the circle. While he maintains, that's it, left lead. That's it. That's really good right there. And this isn't something where you'll come out here and you'll, the first time ask them to do 50 counter bent circles, bend them a little bit and then let them go back to proper flexion and then bend them a little bit and then go back. So here I'm going to bend him to the right, left leg back, right leg forward. Got a little lost right there and I just kind of hung with him, huh? Ask him to canter. There. If his shoulders start falling in too much, then I'm going to block it with my inside rein and my inside leg. Good. Very nice. So when they get into trouble like that, you saw a few times that he got into a little bit of trouble. You don't want to massacre them. You don't want to spur them too hard. You don't want to rip their faces off. You just kind of want to be there to support them. And just kind of hold everything together until they smooth out. And then once they smooth out, once they get softer, their footfalls are softer, they're not pulling on your reins as bad, then you release on that. So always try to ride through the hell and then release on the good stuff. So now we're cantering to the right. I'm going to ask him for some right flexion, okay? Proper flexion. That's doing pretty good. Now I'm going to bring that left leg forward, right leg back, left rein back, and I'm going to ask him, having a little bit of difficulty here, I'm going to ask him to just tip his nose to the left. Now, when you're starting out on this stuff, you can vary the degrees that you're asking for the flexion, right? So if you've got really good proper flexion, then start having them go around with their head straight. And then just bring it back a little bit more to the outside and a little bit more to the outside. There he kind of fell in a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of hold them together until I get a pretty good circle here. Good. That's a lot better circle and corner right there. Ooh. So that's a little bit about proper flexion and counter flexion. You want your horses to be able to flex to the left and to the right when they're going to the left or the right. You want to be able to flex your horses to the left and to the right at the walk, the trot, the canter. You also, I know I was riding a bunch of circles, but you also want to be able to go in a straight line and be able to flex that horse's head to the left, to the right, and then to the left while their body stays straight. So